Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rev Up for Success Radio, our YouTube channel. My name is Ruben, and I am here with Claudia Cooley. Good morning, Claudia.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ruben. I always love when we can come together and see what we can create and share with our audience. So this will be fun.
Well, today what we're going to be sharing is the great news about a recent event that you've had take place, namely the release of your book on Amazon.com, your brand spanking new book.
Revving Up for Success with a Winning Image, and it has a great cover, sassy woman in front of a red convertible. I believe I picked a Jaguar, convertible Jaguar.
Oh, is that what it is? Nice. I love the cover, though, for sure. I was looking at that, and it is that's a nice cover.
It is nice. It's so nice, and I love the red car because I drive a red car myself.
Yes, you do.
I have a little sassy red Mercedes, not convertible, but it is sassy for sure.
Yeah. Well, so congratulations. Now, this is your fourth book, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. And you know what? Well, no, I won't share. You can share. Share what happened yesterday.
Yes, you ended up at the number one bestseller in one category, and then was it more than one category that you ended up at number one? Okay, number one bestseller on two categories, and then you had a couple of other number twos on a couple of other categories. Okay,
yes.
Awesome. So big win. I mean, here we are. We are actually, and the timing is perfect because we're now working on this mastermind on how you can write your own book. And here you are. You know, you're living the dream. You're actually going through the experience. You know, now how long did it take for the book to come to fruition, to be released on Amazon from when you started writing it?
Well, let me back up and say, first of all, this is my fourth book, my fourth bestseller since I turned 70. So I want people to know that there's no excuse. It's not your age. It's not how smart you are. It's not how much money you have. It's none of those things, because we all have these endless possibilities. And you step into it with gusto and just enjoy the ride. So this book took longer in essence. It didn't take long to write, but it took a little longer to promote, because if you follow my blogs at all on my website, claudiacooley.com, on my last blog, I talked about this author's roller coaster ride. So I had this big dream, and I've had the vision, and I've had the focus, which it takes that. You need to be focused. And writing it was coming along pretty naturally because it's information I've known. And most of us write about what we know. It's not like we're asking you to write a textbook or something like that. But then my husband had a heart attack and open heart surgery, and I had to learn how to be Nurse Betty. So obviously my book was going to come out last December, but then I had this new journey, which was very necessary. And I was so glad to serve in that capacity. And today my husband's very healthy, and I don't think it was my nursing skills, because I'm not very good at it. However, he's very healthy in spite of me, and so I appreciate that. So I started on the journey again, and in the spring I had hoped my book would come out in April. That was my big goal. It was on my plan, my 2016 plan, which I'm all about the plan. And then I was so excited and passionate about this book, I had too many words, because I like a book that's easy to read, something that you can sit down and read in an afternoon or at least a day that's not too complicated. So I try to keep my books at about 100 to 110 pages.
Oh, nice. So how many pages is this one?
This one is right at 100 pages.
Okay, perfect.
But I had 20,000 too many words that I had to pull out.
Wow.
Which created a whole new wonderful piece for me, because instead of just dumping them, because we know we all treasure our words, they're important to us, just like a child is important to us. That's how I felt about my words. Anyway, I didn't want to trash them because I felt they were important. And so I had written the foreword to somebody's book. They sent me their book, and they right away mentioned they had a companion guide to go with their book. And I thought, this is what I'm going to do. So I
Nice.
have the companion guide to this book, which is downloadable and free, totally free. And that downloadable has all the rest of the tools. So you get the information and the inspiration and some education. And then you move right, you can just zip yourself right over to the companion guide and get those resources as you need them. But you don't have to have them in this book. You go to them as you need them. So they come to you piece by piece by piece. But it's all there. You could download the whole thing at once, or you can go to it piece by piece.
Nice. So you get the book, you get to read the book, you get the essence of what it is to win with the winning image, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have worksheets and resources that you can access online. So that's awesome. So just in case, like somebody may have missed what you said, because I think the voice the kind of dropped a little bit. This is your fourth book, your fourth bestseller book, and you started writing when you were how old again?
I just had turned 70.
Okay, and that's the part that I think people may have missed. So, if you're thinking that you want to write a book, and maybe you're thinking that you've been thinking about it for too long, or whatever the case may be, I mean, so you have 4 books, and you started when you just turned 70. And so that's been what, just like 3 years ago or so, something like that?
4 years ago, right now.
4 years ago, okay. Wow.
So 4 years, and actually the book I started in 4 years ago, when I was 70, I started writing, but it actually didn't come out till toward the end of that year, and then we launched it in 13. And it didn't become a bestseller right away. That first book didn't become a bestseller till 2015, when I had 2 other books become bestsellers. So this is my books. This is the list. I started with Dud to Stud, Revving Up for Success, and then went from there to Ignite Your Success, the 7 Mind Shifts to Ignite Your Success. Then I celebrated 20 women, and that's called Revving Up, the Savvy Women Revving Up for Success. And then today is the Revving Up for Success with a Winning Image. And what's really cool is when you write a book, it makes you appear as the authority and the expert, which in a lot of ways you are. I mean, what you've put in that book is what you know well. And in that process, I started a radio show, because now I'm the go-to person around that topic, that subject. And so the radio show came out of that too. It fell right after the first book, and then the next books come along after that. But so once you write a book, it changes who you are inside, but also how people perceive you, and they start to listen, I guess, and you become more confident even in what you're sharing. And that's why I want to encourage other people to write books. It's because I run into so many people that say, I've had a book in me for years.
Yeah.
People say you should write a book. And I'll say, so are you working on it? Well, no, I haven't gotten to it yet. and I'm thinking, the world's missing out because you haven't put it out there. By my writing my books, first of all, it leaves a legacy for others, because I want to inspire others to reach for their best and to know they have greatness in them. All of my books are about that. You have greatness in you, and I want to encourage you to discover that and then reach for it. And like I like to say, always reach for your personal A+ and never settle for second best. And you will find in every one of my books, whether it's a business coaching or wrapped around personal development, celebrating women, it's always about you reaching, seeing you have the best, you have best in you, you have greatness, and then let's open that up and share it with the world. And then don't settle for second best.
Awesome.
Keep becoming the best version of yourself. And you know what? It's a rewarding life to live in. And I can tell you, people often are surprised at my energy, at my age, and my vitality. It comes because I get to live in that space and inspire you to do the same thing.
I know. I couldn't believe it when you first told me that your age. I thought, wow, that's whatever it is that you've been eating or drinking. I want some of that because that's great.
What's that Kool-Aid? What color Kool-Aid are you drinking? Well, and that's why this mastermind's coming up, is because people kept saying I have a book in me, and I'm thinking I know how to do that. First of all, I'm a coach, I was a teacher. I know how to help people get the job done. And that's why now my title is the Get It Done Coach. And you can Google that in and you will find my website from there too, by the way. So I am the Get It Done Coach. And I know, even though it took me more than a year to bring this book about, but it's because of life. Life stepped in.
Yeah,
but the possibility of writing that book, basically the book was written in 90 days.
Wow.
Each of my books, actually the 7 Mind Shifts was written more quickly than that. So I can teach people, guide them, lead them into writing their book, getting it written from their first idea clear to that final period.
Awesome.
And it's just something so fulfilling about that process.
Yeah. Awesome. Tell us a little bit more about the content of this book itself. What was it that compelled you to write the book? And just kind of give us a summary of what people can expect to see when they read it.
Well, I want to read something that's on the back of the book. And the foreword of the book, I was so honored that was written by a woman that's a very famous stylist for movie stars and all kinds of amazing groups. Anyway, she wrote the foreword for my book, and some stuff we took from what she said and put it on the back. But what we put here is become your most confident you. And I've been in the process of this. I started I had my first franchise in 1976, and I had that for 8 years. And it was on self-improvement and self-confidence and all the tools to help you grow and believe in yourself and have more confidence. And then I've just taken that and it's evolved and just become more and more as I've gone on my journey. But it's about become the most confident you, draw from the greatness you were already designed with, revving up for success with a winning image will ignite your vision and illuminate your dreams, providing you with the keys to design the life you love. And that's the premise. That's the whole thing. And it starts with understanding you were designed with greatness, appreciating it, seeing it, knowing you have a purpose, stepping into that purpose. And then I give you all the tools to show up on the outside authentically. So what you discover on the inside needs to show up authentically, because that's what causes people to gravitate to you.
So that it's more than just a book about picking the right colors for your and I'm not a color person, so rather for your appearance. So it's more than that. It's about how to be congruent with how you are inside, and then making sure that it that your image basically can, how should we say, demonstrate that and really add pizzazz to it. Would you say that that's about right?
Well, and a lot of times we read books or we read articles. There's a lot of women's magazines and stuff out there will talk about outer, how to dress for success or how to dress the new styles, what's the new trends, all of that. And it doesn't really address what's on the inside. Yeah. So basically, I don't want to use this analogy because it sounds like you're sick, but it's like we put a Band-Aid on something to cover up a scratch or a broken nail or something. We put a Band-Aid over that. Well, when we just work on the outside, we don't really gain any confidence on the inside. So basically, if we start on the inside and realize that we were designed with this greatness, we have a lot to enjoy and celebrate and to express to others. And once you have that confidence, your purpose starts to align with that. And the purpose and your confidence makes it possible for you to share your gifts with others. And you know what? Sharing our gifts with others is where life gets juicy.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds like a great book. I know I ordered a copy for me, but is this a book that is primarily geared towards females, Claudia, or is this something that anybody can benefit from?
Well, I think anybody can benefit from it, but this book is geared more for female, and if for men, I wrote The Dead to Stud, Revving Up for Success, which has an expanded version of a lot of this.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
I have that book for men, but more women have read that book probably than men, although
Really?
that book's been really successful. And I hear a lot of men come back. They weren't sure. They wanted somebody to see the cover, The Dud to Stud. They weren't sure which one they were. But once they read the book, and it gives you all the tools. And this gives you tools too. It not only, I'm about equipping you. I want to empower you. So this is what I want, where I want you to grow, and this is how we're going to do it. So you walk away knowing exactly what to do next. It even covers hospitality and your influence with people and how to engage with other people, or how it covers everything.
Awesome. Well, let's do this. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to show people the Amazon page for your book, where of course people can go there and actually take a look at an excerpt of your book, right? Amazon allows you to do that. So here it is, #1 new release in business, fashion, and image. And it's a great deal, $13.95. You can't beat that with a stick. That's a really good value.
Yes.
And in addition to that, as we mentioned, you're going to get the companion guide, which there is a URL inside the book on where you can access that, and we're going to have that here on the video as well. So when you guys buy, you can just go ahead and go to that link, and you'll get the companion to Revving Up for Success with a winning image. Well, Claudia, that is awesome. Once again, congratulations on the release of the 4th book. And anything else that you want to kind of share with our viewers here before we sign off?
Just in addition to enjoying this book and becoming the person that you were designed to be, I encourage you, if you've got a book in you, let's get it done. You know,
yes.
And you can go check out at my website, The Get It Done Coach, or ClaudiaCooley.com, on that mastermind that's coming up in about another 3 or 4 weeks. And there's nothing more powerful than building what you want to create within a mastermind environment. It's very powerful.
Exactly. And we're going to have links and all of that stuff in the YouTube channel. If you click on the read more link, you're going to expand that and you'll be able to see where you can go to find out more about the mastermind, which I am looking forward to. I'm writing my own book next year. Finally going to get that done. So I'm really looking forward to that. All right.
Thanks
everyone.
for having this conversation. I'm excited for everybody.
It was a pleasure. Good to see you guys here at Rev Up for Success Radio. Stay tuned. Come back next Thursday. There'll be even more good stuff. Until then.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye, Claudia.